कर देता हूँ फटाफट.
Eminem.
Hi everyone, my name is Adarsh Rai. Welcome to Black Motivation. Today we're going to do the reaction of the top 10 scariest moments in the Insidious franchise. I have Parikshit and Alan returns back.
Yo,
Okay,
yo.
so welcome both of you. And Parikshit, let's roll it on.
Okay then.
Josh and Renee Lambert have enough on their plate with their infant daughter Callie when their oldest son Dalton falls into a paranormally induced coma. While keeping an eye on the kiddos, Renee starts picking up an inexplicable voice coming through on the baby monitor. It's terrifying enough to think a stranger might be alone with your baby, but Renee goes from unnerved to alarmed when an unmistakable shriek emanates from the other side.
Get it. Get it. I want it. I want it.
There's no one in the room this time,
God
but the
damn it.
same isn't true the next time we see her check on the baby. Number 9. Car Crash, Insidious Chapter 3. Poor Quinn Brenner really gets put through the ringer in this prequel, and it all starts with her flunking the audition for her dream school.
You're gonna be okay. Everybody always says that.
As if her day couldn't get any worse, Quinn starts getting haunted by a malevolent spirit who waves to her in the street. Thoroughly creeped out, all Quinn can do is stop and stare before she's suddenly run over.
Oh, fuck. Parikshit, move the mouse.
It's definitely not the way we expect an Insidious movie to start, but Quinn's nightmare is only beginning. She's put into immediate emergency surgery, and while she's under, she gets an even closer look at the so-called man who can't breathe.
Okay, we got her. We got her back.
Yeah, that would be enough to jolt us back awake too. Number 8. Unpacking Scares, Insidious, The Last Key.
Her death was my fault. Until I free her from wherever he put her, she's trapped in the dark. Lost. I'm going in there.
The prequels to the Insidious movies put a greater emphasis on paranormal investigator Elise Rainier. But The Last Key is an even more personal journey for her as she returns to her childhood home and uncovers a dark secret. After discovering that her father and the current owner of the house had been kidnapping women, Elise's investigation leads her into the house's pipes, where she finds several suitcases filled with skeletal remains.
Elise. You weren't the only one, Anna.
From here, the scene does a good job faking out the audience as it braces for a jump scare. Elise, too, is on edge, consistently checking her 12 and 6. But when the demon key face appears from one of the suitcases, we can't help but scream.
God damn it.
Number 7. Bedroom Visit, Insidious Chapter 3. Remember when we mentioned Quinn getting put through the ringer in this movie? This is what we were talking about.
Hey, is that Alex?
What?
Standing right next to you?
What are you talking about?
Alex. Right.
Maggie?
Stuck in bed with 2 broken legs, Quinn's video call with a friend goes from creepy to terrifying when the man who can't breathe shows up in the bedroom.
Parikshit, just check this back.
It starts with a simple curtain scare, but things go from bad to worse when the demon flings her off the bed like a rag doll.
Oh, fuck.
Now with a neck injury to boot, Quinn has to wait for help to arrive. In the meantime, the demon makes itself right at home, making Quinn's bedroom nice and dark before delivering one last scare.
Bye.
Number 6. Tiptoe Through the Tulips, Insidious. This scene is a brilliant progression of chills. It starts with Renee doing chores around the house when, Wait, is that a ghost boy in the corner? When Renee goes outside to take out the trash, she peers back inside to see the mysterious boy dancing to the Tiny Tim song Tiptoe Through the Tulips.
Oh yeah.
From there, Renee gets the haunted tour of her own home as she follows the dancing boy around. Some creepy giggling and one inexplicably rocking horse later, and we are thoroughly creeped out. But the big scare comes when Renee investigates Dalton's dresser. Yeah, it would seem
Crazy
it's
one.
not the house that's haunted. Number 5, Tin Can Phones, Insidious Chapter 2. A lot of us loved playing with tin can phones when we were kids, so leave it to Insidious to ruin our childhoods with this terrifying sequence. Trying to fall asleep, Dalton is greeted by the tinny voice of his brother Foster. Only he soon learns it's not Foster on the other end. Dalton is petrified to follow the string to the nearby closet, and even more so when it goes all taut. But we're the ones left screaming when a young girl emerges from it at full sprint.
What do you want?
This Number 4, Searching the Further, Insidious. Insidious's flagship
Oh,
nightmare
this is
zone,
nice.
the further seeps spookiness from design alone. When Josh ventures into the dimension to find Dalton, he's greeted with a slew of terrifying sights, starting in the living room where he comes upon a twisted sort of ghostly still life. Only the ghosts aren't so still after all.
No, bro, so creepy.
From there, Josh has to grapple with Callie's nighttime visitor before going through the red door, which marks the lair of the lipstick face demon. There, Josh indeed finds Dalton, but the demon is quick to prove why it is the franchise's most recognizable villain. Number 3, the ending, Insidious.
The ending.
Before Josh and Dalton can fully make it out of the further in the first film, Josh is confronted by the bride in black, who has been secretly haunting him all his life.
What do you want from me? What do you want from me? I'm not scared of you. I'm not scared of you anymore. You can get away from me. Get the hell away from me!
While at first it seems like he and Dalton make it out unscathed, Elise can sense something is wrong. Takes a picture of Josh without warning, causing him to fly into a frenzy and strangle her to death.
Why did you do that? Why would you do that to me when you know how I feel about that? Why?
It's a shocking ending,
This was-
but it gets even more so when Renee discovers the cause of Josh's actions. Examining Elise's camera, Renee sees not Josh in the photo, but the bride in black, as he was possessed before crossing back over to the other side.
Renee, I'm right here.
Number 2, Don't You
Epic.
Dare, Insidious Chapter 2. Poor Renee, she really can't. Number 1, Lipstick Demon Jump Scare, Insidious. Clearly, the Insidious movies have some of the best jump scares in the business. But arguably none come close to when we get our first good look at the lipstick face demon.
I came today because last night I had a dream about this place. I was in this house, but it was late at night.
We don't expect a major scare here, as Josh's mother Lorraine relates to them in the middle of the day a dream she had.
It was standing there in the corner.
Sure, the flashes of the dream we get are creepy enough, including when we see the demon in the corner of Dalton's room. But just when we think we're out of the woods, Lorraine looks over at Josh and sees it.
I can still hear that voice.
The quietness and the staging of the scene leading up to the big scare are perfectly executed, making us leap straight out of our seats. And now, with the release of the final chapter on July 7th, it's time to scream all over again.
After all our family has been through, it's with me.
Catch Insidious The Red Door. The final chapter arrives exclusively in movie theaters July.
So, who's gonna go first? Let's.
So one thing is proven through this whole ordeal, that the jump scare still works.
It works. It works. It works for me. That is what works. So one movie is not enough. So you have to get plenty of jump scares into one.
A compilation of jump scares.
Compilation of jump
just to get
scares.
your heart racing.
Oh. I cannot even, eviscerate where to start from. The last one, I can recall this. This the last one I saw, that 2010 one. And it was like, Insidious, it's a normal movie going on, and suddenly in the middle of the day, you don't expect that. And these jump scares, and the storyline has been pretty good as well. It's not just
And also consistent.
Yes. But Parikshit, hats off to you after the jester and the slaughter.
Did you notice one Easter egg?
What?
Like, this guy is like Edward from Conjuring, right? And his mother's name is Lorraine.
Not able to relate to it, but
so Lorraine was wife of Edward in Conjuring.
Okay. I'm taken. Saw was fine, but these 10 jump scares. When we reached till she said, this is the 6th. I'm like 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Which one was your favorite?
The last one. The first, the last one.
You were able to relate, right?
Yes, it's like in the day she's just describing it. That demon is so close, and when it went through the room, the kind of chaos, the mayhem, it's there, and the kid is lying on the floor. So you feel definitely afraid. You're in there. What if this is you? What's happening? And since it was the initial, I think this was the first movie in the Insidious franchise, I believe. So, I think I've watched 1 and 2. So, Insidious is in my top 5, list of movies that, yes, I would think twice to,
before jumping back in.
Yes. To be very honest, I would tend to avoid it in the subconscious realm of my mind, knowing what these people are capable of. Being honest, I'm not like, I don't get scared of, but yes, Insidious is one thing which, after those first and 2 chapters, I was like, leave it. It's. But now, since they have mentioned they're ending it and they have ended it in July, I'll try to watch this over the weekend.
I've seen the final part as well. So everything is good. So there's a part where the girl is on the both of her legs are broken. So I'll rate that part number 1 in terms of horror, because the man without oxygen, I found it to be very scary, that your legs are broken and someone will come and throw you left and right, and so that's I can.
That
relate
was
it
a
more.
top 1.
Well, yeah, I can relate it more, that you are on your bed and you can see someone behind curtain.
Has that happened to you, Parikshit?
Hopefully I haven't seen anyone.
Hopefully.
and I don't wish anyone to be seen.
So initially, I found it
Uh-huh.
funny, Alan and Parikshit, but the last one when the door got closed and that thing came onto the back of that girl. Oh, one thing is a monster, and that up close, it's not a position when any female would like to be, and that was scary on multiple points, multiple grounds.
And others, what happened? I was taking a lift today from my office, and I see some girl crying, in a very loud
Okay.
voice. And I was talking to my mom, and the phone literally fell from my hand, and I just looked,
Okay.
who's that girl or a guy? And I saw one little boy. He's like a tea seller, or he's someone. So he's just walking and shouting, and I felt like slapping him, and I was like, "ये क्या कर रहा पागल था क्या? ऐसे क्यों जा रहा था?" He's like, "कि भैया क्या हो गया? मैंने कहा चूतिया कहीं का ये हुआ." And I got so angry. Literally, I was so scared. I was in the phone, and the girl standing next to me, she also got scared. And so I thought he was doing mercy. And
You're doing too much reactions, bro.
He didn't came out of the saw. He went into the saw.
And I said, "Why are you shouting?" He said, "I feel happy." I said, "Okay."
I feel happy. I will shout. Fuck you.
And you shouting. If you have seen Raz, if you have seen Raz movie, so there's a loud shouting noise in that movie. So similarly, he's like throughout the corridor, he's just shouting and running away.
See, 70% of the
Parikshit.
Indian audience watch Indian horror movies because
That's
they
what.
know. Because
I was about to say the same thing. We watch all these movies, Insidious, this and that, and
horror.
he goes back to Bhoot, Raz for references.
Boy, the audience there is maligned. They are not pure horror seekers. They are thirst seekers.
Thirst seekers.
They're there. But what you see, what Parikshit mentioned, these kind of stories which people narrate. The movies are based. They have a lot of, but then someone narrates to you. I get entangled into it. If you tell me a story, if I tell you a story about when I was in 9th standard and few things, those things actually, because it's more relatable. You are in person. I know you are someone. These are movies. They are built on audio, jump scares, CGIs, and they create. But if there's an honest story around it, a true story.
Yeah, I just recalled something. There was this uncle of mine who passed away. May God bless his soul. So his thing was that he used to collect all his children in the evening, and we used to just gather around a circle around him, and he used to tell us horror stories, right?
Horror stories.
And those stories were like very relatable because he used to tell stories about people we must be aware about.
Aware of.
Right. And they were all like bullshit stories, right? But it seemed so real because he was telling it, and he was like a friendly adult,
So
and he was kind
had
of
more
giving us an
credibility.
inside scoop. And he used to be like, "Don't look over there. Don't go to that tree after 9 o'clock.
9 o'clock, yes.
Or you will get as a pulled up by that witch and whatnot." That was used to be like one of the highlights of the childhood, right? These uncles.
Those are aspects, those stories, the childhood is all about stories. You're lucky enough that you will get fairy tale stories or good stories. But if your uncles and your grandfathers are, they like the spooky stuff. they will make sure they're gonna goof up with you.
And others, I got one funny story. So there's a friend of mine. He's working in the same company where I'm working. So one night he was trying to close the door of his home. Okay, so it's like you have seen the door lock. It goes from left to right, and the door is locked. So on that particular day, 4 years ago, he's trying to lock, and he can feel something is stuck. Something has caught his hand. He's not able to lock that door. no matter how hard he tried, he's not able to move his hand. So you know what he decided to do? He started abusing the ghost. He said, "Motherfucker, fatherfucker, I will kill you." And he abused for 10 minutes, and his hand got free, and he closed the door, and he ran inside. And he said, "I have given such a bad amount of abuse that he started abusing, and just because he was so scared, because he can literally feel that his hand is stuck. You can relate. So he's trying to lock his door. His hand is stuck. He cannot move his hand. Then he started abusing left and right, and he felt that he felt something has released his touch, and he is able to shut the.
So,
Ghost
you
be
know,
like, master.
So I thought,
Master, it's
and
okay.
you know what he said? You know, I felt so scared. If I could have uh, kept quiet, that particular thing might have attacked me. So just because I'm so scared, I started abusing. You know, he started
So
abusing,
he
and
converted his thing into anger, right?
yeah,
His fear
he
into
got
anger.
so angry. You know, he said I abused that thing for at least 30 minutes before I felt relief. You know, I because literally I cannot move my hand for 30 minutes. I'm like stuck at same situation. No, my because if I talk about his build, he's like 6 feet with all the muscles. You know, so he's not that type of a person. If any normal thing can even touch him. You know, at least 6'4", 6'4", and muscular. You know, with abs and something. So he's not able to move his hand. So he's like stuck, and he started abusing, and he thought the best way is to abuse that.
Just started screaming bad shit, crazy shit whenever
Exactly.
you
He
see
said
a chudail or anything.
so I thought, okay,
Tip
because
of the
that
day.
might be one of the way he dealt with his situation, because
Yeah, to each
he
on his
could
own.
he said that it was a midnight, and it was a shitty scary because no one at home, and it was a full moon, you know, daylight, and it was around 1 a.m. So it was moonlight and everything. So
you know, things can happen, not necessarily at night time. Mostly things happen at night time, but day scenarios can also be. You know, I've heard experiences of people. If you guys have time, you know, if we have time, I will share a story with Sean. Is of one of the.
okay, so
But then
I'll
we can
recommend
keep it.
that we can ask the viewers
Yes.
to, if you
If
like
they
our
want to
video,
hear the
Okay.
horror story.
we can share it.
You didn't get my scoop yet.
Yeah, Alan, please share your
What
scoop.
the hell? You
I
forget
think
about me always.
and I think many of our viewers, I think they could have shut the video till now, or they might have gone somewhere. So still,
Anyway,
I think still two of us
I'll still
will.
give my 2 cents about the whole Insidious wala video. So my favorite clips were 2 clips. First was the boy dancing in the house. Right, and the girl falling, and he just came out of the cupboard and he just ran away again, and she was like sitting, what the fuck is happening? Second clip, which was relatable for me because that is the only thing I remember from Insidious. Rest, whatever I watched was very like, yeah, I've kind of watched it. But the thing that stuck with me was that scene when the guy travels to the alternate dimension to save his kid, and he sees all these people giving weird reactions and weird people, right? Like standing like mannequins and then giving an expression suddenly. So that was very fucked up for me at the moment. But the coming back to Adarsh's point of Insidious being actually scary while watching it, for me personally, the most scary experience that I had of watching a video was this movie called Paranormal Activity.
Yes.
Right.
I recall. Yes, that is.
That was like crazy shit, bro. And at the time we were watching it in like 2010, right? 2008,
Yes.
2010. And till then it wasn't very public that this whole situation is actually scripted and acted upon.
Yes.
The whole impression was that
That
it
it
is
is
a real life data,
real life.
and
Absolutely.
they presented it even like a
It is a
documentary
real.
thing,
Yes, yes, yes. They presented
and
it as a
that was like
documentary.
batshit crazy. Like we were looking each and whatnot, and we were like 4 or 5 guys sitting and watching the whole thing in dead noon, right? And we were scared for like 5 days after that. We didn't sleep alone. We were scared to sleep alone. We were like, oh fuck, Katie nahi aaja.
I watched that movie by myself. Most of the times,
Bro,
I never
fucked
had
up.
a horror friend. Watching a movie with a friend, and so I was like most of. Don't why अगर तुम
Bro,
हो तो क्षमा मतलब that is what it
that
was.
was super fucking crazy, bro.
I got to know that it was scripted very late in my
Very late.
and I was like
They even released the whole cast very late in like third part.
and I was like like my reaction was
So
you
I
know
remember there was this clip while they were doing the third part ka screening and everything. So the crew, the main cast, that they go in the theater after the movie is finished, and people get scared shitless, like, oh, they are here. Even they didn't know what the hell is happening, and they were like, ah, Katie
so
is here along with everyone. Ah, what the
so the
hell?
theater experience you're telling it's not an horror movie. There's this Hindi movie Saath Khoon Maaf. Okay. Right.
Priyanka
So
Chopra.
yes. So the first movie after my marriage that I watched was Saath Khoon Maaf.
Along with your wife, I presume.
Yes, the presumption is absolutely correct. I am not that a big risk take. And that was so in captivating, that movie, that when we came out of I was in Faridabad, Haryana, so we just came out of the movie theater, and I just happened to say, everybody is showing, just watch the stairs, and there were 4 or 5 people who just or from the stairs, trampled
Okay.
through the stairs. So, after when you are in a theater in a closed environment and when you come across, guys, watch the stairs. It's no horror stuff. It's just that you are in a different zone, you're not watching the stairs. So, there I got you all.
Don't fall off the stairs.
Don't follow the stairs. Go, just be careful. You want to come back to the movie, not with two broken
or
legs.
or get insured before going to movies.
Absolutely. See, Parikshit, you found that horror thing, but I found
No, I was thinking of a movie
both legs were broken. I was like, my thought was, how is that possible?
No, Adarsh,
So,
I'll tell me one thing. Suppose both of your legs got broken, you are sitting on the
why
bed.
I should think that way?
Okay, you think, okay, what will you do if you see anyone behind the curtain?
Bro.
Yeah, I will hit him with my leg.
Where did you come from?
Hit it with your
treat him as
broken leg.
a thief.
So let me be very honest.
Run behind them with a danda and all.
Alan, I would answer in a very light-hearted way. So if it's a boy or a girl, okay.
So
First thing.
if it's any of the other gender, I would say, ले जाओ, मार दो, खत्म कर. This life is not worth living if there's anything apart from male or female. No offense to anyone, but the answer, I'll say, boss, I don't want to go. Do your stuff. Okay, there is this beer. Give me that. I'll get fun. Do whatever you want to do. Because ultimately, see, if you are in front of a lion, what you can do? Whatever will be done by the lion.
No, you can abuse the lion.
See that lifeline has been used by Parikshit's friend.
Okay, guys, I will like Alan. How much will you rate this particular movie?
Horror meter.
Horror meter.
10 on 10.
Horror meter. This whole Insidious franchise, right?
Yeah.
Hmm.
On the basis of the clip that you have just watched, how much will you?
On the basis of the clips.
On the basis of the clips,
Or
a solid 8.3.
He's the mathematician's curse.
And Adarsh, what's your rating?
A solid 9.
Okay. So solid 9 from my side as well. So guys, if you like our stories and if you like the video, like, comment, and subscribe our channel. And
Please do that. Please do that.
And
we are working really hard.
And in the next video, we will share our real life stories, unfiltered and raw.
Unfiltered.
Oh, that's a surprise.
Raw.
We will be live on Sunday by IST Indian Standard Time, 9 to 9:30 p.m. And if you're watching from somewhere else, we don't know what time will be, but
got your spirits, man. Got your spirits. Yeah. Wherever you are, I think if you have a smartphone, it would be either day.
And if you are smart,
or evening.
like, comment, and share.
We won't get subscribers like that if you are smart.
We'll be waiting for you 3 people who subscribed to us yesterday.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah. Sure. Okay, guys.
All right, Black Motivation babies. Lovely to have you all. Thank you so much for supporting us. And
goodbye. Take care.
Definitely.
Bye-bye. Insidious.